Come boys.
ก็อดีตก็เคยถามอะอะไรครับ ก็เคยครับ ก็คืนไง ก็100มั้งครับครับ
Yes, you get one.
One for the price
You get one hot packet, and then I'll take one for me. And I'm gonna give one to Rachel. So you get one.
Wait, how much is it?
ก็ไม่รู้เขาซื้อของเขาซื้อของให้
Follow the PIN codes to finalize your payment.
ครับ
Do you wish to print your receipt?
ครับ
Just give me one.
ครับ 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 อืม ครับ ก็อร่อยนะครับครับ ครับ ครับ อะไรนี่คืออะไรลองชิมครับครับก็ดีแล้วครับให้ก็ดีแล้วให้มีแบบเป็นสำรองครับครับครับยังไม่ออกครับยังไม่ออกครับครับยังครับครับครับครับครับครับนี่ครับครับครับ
ลืมไม่ได้สัก
If you only talk about everything you do right, it's a turnoff. My entire success story in business is purely about volumes. The more topics you can go deeper on, the more audience you're gonna find. You cannot just put 100 videos and you're hoping you're gonna be an overnight sensation. It's not gonna happen. Patrick Bet David.
Founder and CEO of PHP, one of the top insurance firms in America.
Entrepreneur, author,
and the creator of Valuetainment on YouTube. Everybody knows of
Patrick Bet David.
Patrick Bet David.
Patrick Bet David.
You are so exceptionally unafraid of standing up for your values, but you said you still read the comments. Why?
I love trolls. They would say certain things. I'm like, dude, that's funny as hell. If you don't talk about what you believe in, what your views are, who you are as an individual, the world is going to control who you are because they'll tell everybody who you are. But if you constantly try to recreate yourself while still staying true to your values and principles, new audience will constantly show up.
You gotta just press record. What's up, Sean Cannell here from Think Media, and in this video, we're gonna be covering Patrick Bet David's top 25 rules of viral content creation. Now, today's video is brought to you by Grow With Video Summit. If you wanna learn from Gary Vaynerchuk, Dave Ramsey, Patrick Bet David, Cody Sanchez, and more, we are hosting a virtual event, and it's coming up soon. So you can go to summit.thinkmedia.com or just click the link in the description. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Now, let's jump into the tips with Patrick Bet David. Why are you betting so big on content?
Everything is content today. Everything's messaging today. Speed is faster today. Controlling the narrative is faster today. You know, you're seeing the difference between Bezos and Musk. Bezos at one point was worth more. But people don't know Bezos. They don't even like Bezos. Why don't they like Bezos? Why don't people like him? Because no one knows nothing about the guy. Why do people like Elon Musk? Why do people like this guy? He's louder than Bezos. Shouldn't they not like Elon Musk? Well, then Elon Musk trained Bezos to realize, hey, Bezos, you got to get a little bit more vocal. You got to start paying attention to your brain. So what does Bezos do? Bezos starts showing what he's doing, traveling, having fun. He posts a picture with his muscles saying, hey, come on, Leo, say something to my girl in a joking way. Then he calls out Joe Biden because Elon Musk is so vocal about what he's saying. Now people are saying, hey, his engagement's gone up. People are liking Bezos. There's a little bit of, this guy's got guts, he's got audacity. So everyone's starting to realize, you know, in today's era, whether you like it or not, we're all naked. There used to be a time we could all just hide and be quiet. It's not an effective strategy today because today, when somebody doesn't say anything about anything, we see them as disingenuous. When somebody doesn't have an opinion about things, we see them as they're hiding something. Versus, here's how I feel about this. Here's how I feel about that. Here's how I feel about this. People are trusting brands more who's a leader at the top, has a position, not necessarily a, you know, black and white position, but we know you a little bit versus we know nothing about you because we don't know whether we should trust you or not. So it's a different world today of creating content. So that's why we're doing it. Why create content? One of these is probably going to describe you. Let's go through. First thing is influence. You want more influence. You want influence amongst your family, amongst your community, amongst your people you do business with, your peers. It doesn't matter. You're looking to have more influence. Number two, SEO purposes. Let me explain what I mean by this. Before I started creating content on Valuetainment, I used to just create content on our company's website to give it better SEO because an article would be shared. Then they would go on the company's website and say, oh my gosh, this is an interesting company. What do you do? Then I'd get a lead and somebody would contact me about wanting to do business with them. That's another reason to create content. Or it's personal. You have a website, you create content, it gets shared. People say, wow, who is this guy? Who is this gal? I want to get to know more. Then they go to the About You section. They read up on you, then they follow you on Twitter, follow you on Instagram, see the pictures you post. They send you messages and when can we get on a call together? That happens all the time. Number three, targeting keywords. You have certain set of keywords that have to do with your business on a daily basis. Real estate, finance, pharmaceutical, doctor, soccer mom, parenting, whatever it is that's the keyword you're specifically looking for, you want to target that. Number four, positioning. You want to be seen as an expert in your industry. So they see the content value, this guy may be an expert. You want to have influence, you want to have a voice, you want to have credibility. Your purpose to create content may be purely positioning within your own industry. Five, fame. Maybe you want to be famous. Maybe for you it's like, look, honestly, I'll just be honest with you. I want to walk in the streets and I want people to know who I am. Cool, at least you're being honest about it. You want fame, that's another reason. Number six, money. You kind of want to create content, have some influence where all of a sudden you're getting sponsorships. You know, we got a call from Amazon. Amazon wants to do sponsorship with Valuetainment. We may or may not be interested in the sponsorship, but they contacted us. This happens all the time. This may be a route that you want to go yourself. Next one, 7, selfish, fun, prank. For you, it's like, I just want to have fun. That's why I want to create content. I want you to see the fun side of me. This is who I am, and I don't care whether you like it or not. This is kind of what I want to do. I like creating content. I'm having fun creating content. Honestly, it's brought me and my sister closer. It's brought me and my husband closer. It's brought me and my friends closer. I kind of like what I'm doing. And whether you like it or not, I really don't care. This is really who I am. I'm 17 years old. I want to draw this, and this is what we talk about. No problem. That's another one. Next one. Could be legacy. You're documenting your content because one day you wish your parents recorded you when you were 4 years old, and there's no content of you when you were 4 years old, and you created content. So one day, when you're not around, your kids, your grandkids can sit there and say, that's the grandpa. That's my grandma. What was she thinking about at this time? What was he thinking about at this time? How old was grandpa here? How old was grandma here when she wrote this? I wonder, let me see. Wow, she was 42 years old. When was she going through? Was mom born yet? That's the, by the way, we're not even experiencing that yet. We're not going to experience this for another 20, 30, 40 years. Once the people start dying off and we're reading the content. That is so early on that part of legacy and documenting. Next, it could be impact. You want to make an impact around the world. Next one is therapy. Let me explain what I mean by therapy. There are people that after creating content and they say, I'm a veteran. I was in the military. I got out. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you everything was good. I was going through PTSD because I went to Afghanistan and I saw people dying. My friend died in my arms. This was very difficult for me. I started drinking. And I'm just sharing with you my pain, and this is therapeutic to me. And then all of a sudden, 80 other veterans say, I feel you, me too. Then there's a community, and that works for that community. That could be the case for you. Next one could be internal. Let me explain what I mean by internal. We use this a lot. Internal could be you're creating content. You had a family reunion, okay? You put the video together, you create a channel for the Johnson reunion. And that channel creates content that's only for the Johnson family, and all the videos are unlisted. It's only for the family to watch. And you share with the family. Or you're running a business, you're running an office, and you have, people that are of other offices, and you're trying to get a message to your technology, your engineers, and you say, hey, this is what's on my mind right now, blah, 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 blah. Here's what I'd like to see everybody do in the company. And this goes to your 10, independent folks that are working for you, freelancers that's working for you. That's a completely different reason to create content that helps you increase the value of your company, your family, your relationship, your friends. You're doing a fantasy football. So you have an internal channel for your 20 friends that are doing fantasy football. You create content. John, I want to kick your ass. I want to do this. That's still creating content.
What are some of your thinking for content creators? And maybe first for the upstart, because we're at a different scale. You're at a whole different scale. And some people are trying to figure out a side hustle. Speak to them, and then we'll talk about media companies at scale.
Got it. So somebody that's getting started, look at everybody on the marketplace and give everybody a score. Here's what I mean by it. So in baseball, they say this guy's a 5-tool player. He's fast, he's a good hitter, he's a good defender, blah, 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 blah. So he's a 5-tool player, right? In content creation, there's the concept of 5-tool. Except maybe it's not 5-tool, it's 3-tool, it's 4-tool, but there's different tools. So for example, in podcasting, there are guys that only ask the questions that ChatGPT pops out. What they don't realize is a great interviewer asks the follow-up question. So not the first question, but the second one. How did you feel about that? What do you think about this? What about if this happens? What about if that happens? ChatGPT doesn't tell you the reaction questions, right? But some people are very good interviewers. Number two, some people are entertaining. They're funny, they're comedian, or they got this temper, or they got an animated way of explaining whatever they're. So the personality is, you're just attracted by these guys. Like, wow, that guy's a very interesting guy. I want to know more about the guy. Then the third factor of somebody that's doing interviews is good questions, entertaining. The next one is you're sexy, you're attractive, you got muscles, you got nice body, you got all this stuff. So if you got it, use it, right? Good looking people on camera, it helps you as well. There's a lot of people that got millions of followers because they're attractive, but nobody cares about the content. You're just hot as hell, right? So then the last one is somebody that is also very, very good with their opinions. So I want to know, what does this guy think? Oh, interesting, very interesting angle. So for example, Joe Rogan, you watch him. He's entertaining, he's funny, you like his personality, he can talk content on different levels. So you follow the guy, like, I actually really want to hear what this guy has to say. So your opinion could be sports, like all of a sudden Pat McAfee is doing sports and talking about what's going on, and Aaron Rodgers is on his podcast every week, and the next thing Spotify picks him up, and then boom, ESPN picks him up, and he's getting paid all this money. What happened all of a sudden? The guy had a personality, he was different, he was fired up, he's got a big personality, he's asking the tough questions, he's got strong opinions, criticism of the league, He's got all of that stuff. He's like a 5-tool content creator, right? So you have to look at as a starter, what angle you're going to take that's different than others.
Your next question is going to be, okay, now what do I do? Now let's talk about the types of content for you to create. Here it is. Trending news. What happened today? Trump, business, sports, trend, something that just took place today. 2, business, money, politics, education, philosophy, entertain, comedy, humor, technology, product review. Let me do a review on this new product. There are people that do product reviews that are doing Lego reviews. You know how I know that? My kids watch those reviews on toys and they put them together, right? There's so many different things with product review. Vlog, family, how to. Those are some of the types of content that you can create.
The biggest virtual event for content creators is happening May 23rd through the 25th with Gary Vaynerchuk, Dave Ramsey, Patrick Bet-David, Ali Abdaal, Cody Sanchez, Chalene Johnson, Pat Flynn, and so much more. This is your chance to get access to top video experts, to network in our exclusive app and connect with creators and entrepreneurs around the world that are using video, and to leave this 3-day virtual event with a step-by-step plan for how to grow your personal brand, your business, and ultimately monetize your content in new and multiple ways, all happening at Grow With Video Summit. You could go to growwithvideolive.com or just hit the link in the description to secure your ticket before prices go up. When you look at media right now, what are your most important platforms in order for you strategically?
For me, strategically, obviously it's YouTube at the top for me.
Why?
Because I'm a long form, because I'm, I do my clips in a way where I have multiple channels I'm building it on. So we got Valuetainment, we got Valuetainment short clips, we got PBD podcast, we got VT Money, we got Valuetainment Russian, we got Jedediah Bila. So that's where, and Valuetainment comedy. So that's where our main driver is. Instagram is playing a very big role right now. Instagram is like Vinny downstairs. He just put up a clip on Instagram, funny clip, just being silly in the office. It's an 11-second clip. It's got 6.9 million views on Instagram. Okay, great.
That's number 2 for you?
By Instagram, I would say Instagram would be there. Facebook is probably 3. TikTok is good for a lot of people. We were growing very rapidly on TikTok, and every other video would be 100,000 views, 200,000 views. The last time we had 100,000 views was 350 videos ago, so we don't know what's going on there. And we even bumped up the quality of clips. So the same clips we put on TikTok gets 2,000 views, but we'll put it on Instagram and it gets 2 million views, 8 million views, 6 million views. So TikTok to us, it's a little bit tricky. I don't want to get into what that could be. Some of the content I talk about is not politically correct. I call out, I challenge. So some.
Pretty good, Roxanne.